You stick around here, mister. Look here. I mean, I could probably climb I'm glad I used my neck.
What are you? What do you climb with your neck?
Well, this right here,
yeah.
Amanda, this is how you.
Oh God!
Try you get 1 million subscribers.
I was gonna say we already got 1 million. No, we don't. We don't have 1 million. This is how you get 1 million?
Well, it's kind of working towards it.
Look at you up there.
All right, maybe they'll like this.
Wait a minute. Let me see. Ow!
I love this tree, man.
Ha! Look at you up there in that tree.
I don't know if they've been up in a magnolia tree.
Look down here.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Okay, hang on. We'll start it. I had to get you climbing up now. I can't see you. That's so funny. Okay, hold on. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Sweet magnolia blossoms, you don't smoke no cigarettes. Oh, hey, wait a minute.
You keep playing the song.
Hold up.
We're gonna get in trouble.
Sweet magnolia blossom, she don't smoke no cigarettes. She's never tasted liquor, and she ain't been loved on yet, my sweet magnolia. I wanna hold ya, my sweet magnolia.
Look at you up in the magnolia tree.
I'm gonna do it again. Sweet magnolia blossom, she don't smoke no cigarettes. She's never tasted liquor, and she ain't been loved on yet, my sweet magnolia. Woo! I wanna hold ya, my sweet magnolia. I love this tree.
Oh my gosh, look at
Wasn't that awesome?
Tree. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Look at you, you're still hidden.
Is this not? This tree, I looked at this tree and that song popped in my head. I used to sing it all the time when I was a kid.
Lord, I haven't heard it in years.
It's cool.
Probably since I was a kid.
This is a magnolia tree, and they only grow, and I know for sure, they only grow within a 100-mile radius, this place. Yep, guaranteed, Manders.
What's that mean?
That means you got to come here. There's nowhere else in the world they grow but 100 miles from here.
Well, you're insane.
No, I'm serious. I know my botanical stuff.
Well, you know, a magnolia tree, it takes forever to grow, don't it?
Forever. Oh, they're slow growers.
Here we go. Yeah, it is slow growing.
See, I know a lot about my my botanical stuff.
Botanicals? Oh, well, you ought to work for Disney.
When I was in college, there's this teacher and said we come from trees, come from plants.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, they got a skeletal system and a circulatory system and all that kind of stuff. Look here. Oh,
what?
Where's the ground? Where's the ground?
It's right there. You got it. Look at you.
I couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel of it.
Look at you. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a fun song.
Billy Crash Credit.
Isn't that something?
Isn't that cool? That was a cool song.
Boy, that's an oldie but a goodie.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're at the mountain property, and I want to show you around and see what you think's been going on. I really wanted to show you. We had a storm last night came in, some gusty winds and rain, and it just shuts a lot of progress down here. Even though the guys are working today, then what they have to do something else. A lot of times they'll clear trees and brush and stuff because the ground's too wet to plow. So this week we had probably two good days of rain. They may get 1 or 2 days of work. That's why it's taken so long to do it, you know. And my engineer didn't call me. Terry.
So what's his phone number?
I'm putting your number out there. I want everybody calling.
Is it gonna be tomorrow? You putting the phone number out tomorrow?
I'm gonna give him a warning call right now. I'm gonna say, you know what, Terry, if you don't call me,
on YouTube right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him right now. I'm gonna do it. Here we go.
Call him,
Terry. Oh, he never answers.
He's a busy guy.
You know how I get a hold of him?
How?
I go to his house.
That
and
is
I
true.
pull up in his driveway because I know he's there at 7 a.m. getting his guys ready. All right, I'm gonna say, Terry, I'm on YouTube and telling and giving out your number. Giving out your phone. That little, I got to put my little asterisk.
Now that's good. You're putting it in a text because he can use that in court.
So that's okay. I'll go to court. So everyone is gonna.
Terry, I'm against this. I'm just saying.
So everyone's gonna call you.
Okay. Okay. Everybody's gonna call Terry.
8,500 people. Done. That'll scare him, won't it?
Here we go.
Ah.
Now let me ask you this really quick. Is this the only magnolia tree on this property? It's the only one I've seen.
That's the only one I've seen on here. Is, you know, this was a homestead.
So they planted it.
Right there is a concrete slab.
Okay.
And we think there was a silo right there because it's circle.
Oh.
And there was the old farmhouse was over there. And then they later on put a single wide trailer here.
Oh, really?
So there's a field line here. There's 2 water meters. Of course, one for the farmhouse and then one here. But yeah, that farm across the street, you see that?
Yeah.
So that is a ground cover that they put on for the tomatoes. And that's about a 400-acre farm that a commercial farmer out of Florida came here and paid about $4 million for that field right there.
Wow.
And they came in and bought a ton of land out of Cott County. So that's a river basin. And on the other side of that, the very end of that ground cover is the French Broad River. I think it's a beautiful name.
Yeah, French
Broad.
Broad.
And so the French Broad goes to create Douglas Lake, which is one of the major lakes around here that was created by TVA dam system back in the 20s and 30s and 40s, you know, which really made this whole place. I remember my dad when he was young. My dad was born in Kentucky, probably 120, 30 miles from here. And he said Tennessee was the poorest state in the country because it would flood all the time. And people would lose everything. Every spring they would flood. And then until the government came in and started building dams and damming up all the rivers. And then it actually created, even though it took a lot of farms away from people, river bottom farms, it actually created a lot of revenue for creating hydroelectricity. And then, of course, recreation and other things. And it actually kept the flooding down where people could actually live here and make a living. You know? So, but
which ended up being a good thing. You know, sometimes you can't see the bigger picture.
I mean, Lord, it's just like the Smoky Mountains, you know. They took that land from the people, you know, and told them they had to get out, and they turned it into a national park. And it was a bunch of poor mountain folks.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much where our families have come from.
Right.
And, but yeah,
I know.
Pros and cons. You know, if we wouldn't have taken it over, it'd have been a terrible mess.
Yeah.
You know, them beautiful Smoky Mountains would have been developed, and who knows what would have been up, the coal mine stripped and everything else, you know.
Sometimes it works for the good and sometimes it works for the bad. Well, like you say, nobody wins. It's like everybody has to sacrifice something.
A little bit, yeah. So everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is a beautiful
Well, I just wanted to
place.
show this field. Look here, how pretty.
So this is our mountain property. This is where people are going to come and live. We got about 80 home sites right now that we're developing on here. I'm going to try to keep this, even though this is real bumpy, I'd like to keep this thing mowed down a little bit throughout the summer, just so it doesn't get real tall and bushy.
Yeah.
But right inside them trees is an old barn that's collapsed. And I'm leaving that to the very end because there's something really special I want to do there. Just watch these briars, Minda, they're everywhere.
I seen that. Hey, you reckon that's Terry texting you back?
I don't know.
I bet it is.
It ain't him.
I bet it is.
If it is, it'd be a good threat. Let's see here. No!
Oh, was it not?
No. But that's a big barn. It's a big barn. I believe it was part a dairy. Hey, look here, Amanda.
Huh?
Okay, look at this. I'm not much of a, even though I said I was an expert botanical person. But that right there.
I remember those.
What are those?
I can't remember.
All right, that's not exactly what I thought it was. When I looked down at it, when I was a boy, I took one of these right here. But this is a plant, but it was a round ball like that. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I did?
What?
I took it home when I was a kid, and I put it in my bedroom, and it was in the winter. And when I set it in my bedroom, put it on my dresser, the next morning I got up, and there were 1,000 praying mantises hanging on the outside of that thing.
What?
Praying mantises.
That I did
They
not
started
know.
coming out. It was a nest, and they come out of this little ball, but it's more of a tan-looking, gritty
I know what you're talking
ball.
about. Yes.
Yeah, and whoa, it was all awesome. So I took it. They were little bitty guys, praying mantises.
I didn't know
took it
that.
and I put it in a little aquarium, and man, them suckers just started going at it. Yeah, it was really cool, but that reminds me of that.
Isn't that the ones that has the poofy stuff in it? This?
I don't know.
I thought it did. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
Look, probably some snake get in there.
Oh, no.
Is that it, the poofy stuff?
No, I don't guess, huh? I don't really know.
But
maybe somebody knows.
But we're going to keep this really mowed down and have fencing. I like to have a horse in here. We've got some people with some miniature horses they're thinking about maybe coming over here. Right where Ace is right there, that's a round slab. So I think it was a silo right there. So there's some unique history. Just like a lot of places, old farms that are still alive, it's kind of neat to look back and see what they used to do and how it looks, you know.
Now, I'm glad we're on this side of it because I'm curious, isn't there a lot right here somewhere?
There's a road right there. So
yeah,
I've not delegated a lot on this side of the road yet.
Okay.
On the other side, there's several lots. There's like 6 of them right there. One right across the street. Well, one's right there that can look straight out over the farm and it faces east, you know. So that's east, that's south.
Okay.
Right? West behind me and north this way.
Now, what's that tied off in pink?
That's a survey stake.
Okay.
When they were here, a long time ago. Yeah. So I wanted to show you a little bit. It's going to be muddy. Amanda's got her boots on.
I got my chicken boots on.
And we thought we'd just take a walk instead of driving out here because it's so muddy.
Yeah.
And show you a little bit about the mountain.
Okay.
I know it's been going on a long time. I feel the same way you guys do, believe me. I'm a very impatient person. I like things done quick and efficiently. And when it doesn't, but I've got to learn to not let it get to me, or I mean, God, I'd have a stroke.
Well, exactly. There's only so much you can do.
There's only so much I can do, you know.
Well, I mean, if we really went back to the beginning of all this, 2020 is whenever it all started coming about, and then the pandemic hit. So who called that? Yeah. Nobody.
You know, and I just, like I said, I think my biggest concern are our customers. I want them to be happy with us.
Absolutely.
And I want them to be on board and just constantly, you know, and that's why I want to inform them and let them know we are who we are and we are doing what we can do and
well, I kind
we're
of
doing
like
all we can.
Whenever Will brought up to kind of go over the things that have come to pass.
Yeah.
The forest is here, the beach is here, and the prairie is here. That's a big deal. And now this is our next one.
You know, I set my bar so high though.
You do.
I mean, it's a big deal and I'm glad and yeah, but I look at it, it's still not landscaped the way I want it. And,
no, but it's going to get there.
But it's going to get there. Yeah.
Come on, Ace. What'd they say? Rome wasn't built in a day?
Come on, buddy. Look at him.
He's so proud.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
What
are you doing? What are you doing?
Boy, he's quick.
He likes to go right close to you.
Yeah, he does.
Good boy.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so you can see a lot of the dirt clumped up when we come through here with our machines.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a lot right here. And the house is right back in the woods on a little platform we've got. This is winter time. So you really could barely see the house. And I know there's some kind of scrubby looking trees in here because this has been logged years ago. So the great big trees are gone. But you know, these are probably 30, 40-year-old trees come through here. But it still gives a really nice hedge in front of the house. This can all be cleared off, have a nice lawn, right? Or a little garden area because it gets a lot of sun here. And then behind here's another lot, and over there's another lot to the right of it. So you're going to see your neighbors. You're going to be able to be in your house, see a neighbor across the street or across the way, but you're going to have so much room and then look at all the trees across from you and then down the road and up, you know, so. And
two, I see just from here, I don't know if I can go in on it, but there's a couple of wild dogwoods.
Oh yeah, they're blooming.
Yeah, and this weekend they're calling it dogwood winter, of course, because it's supposed to cool off, supposed to get down to, 30s and 40s, so. Yeah. Because they have, we have a dogwood winter, blackberry winter. There it is. There's the dogwoods. There's one, and over there is one. And that's the wild ones right there.
I'll tell you what, dogwoods are big here in Tennessee. They make a big fuss over them. When I come in here back in the, back when I got here, they got a dogwood festival in Knoxville.
Dogwood Arts Festival.
Dogwood Arts Festival. And then down in Knoxville, they paint the streets with pink lines.
Yeah.
And it's the Dogwood Trail.
Yes.
And they got azaleas and dogwoods, and everything comes into bloom here.
Beautiful.
In parts of, this month, right?
Yep.
And you get to go and you drive your car, and all these people would, have all these blooms and landscaping. And
their houses are just so pretty.
Oh, man, they're just gorgeous. It's neat that they all pitched in to do that. I'd love for that to happen here.
The majority of the houses are historical houses, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be neat to do that here?
I would love if we did something like that
Everybody starts
here.
planting azaleas and dogwoods.
Well, wouldn't it be fun that in the spring and fall to have a tour for people to come in and do that?
Yeah.
So decorate for fall, like, for autumn and all that. It'd be beautiful.
It is going to be, listen, this is our home.
Yep.
We want to make this thing beautiful. We just don't have the multi-million dollars to just come in here and make it all pretty overnight. And that's why we ask the people that live here to participate, help out. I know we've had some people send us flowers, bags of flowers to plant everywhere. And I haven't planted a lot of the flowers yet because we're still dressing up the ground. There's still areas of the ground we're still going to bulldoze and trim up and make better. So it's hard to really do a lot of permanent planting because I'm really not done yet,
Yeah.
But I was going to say, right behind you is that old farm, the old barn I was pointing out. Yeah.
I heard it cracking.
I heard it cracking,
I was like, oh my God, there's a limb falling.
It's a Widowmaker.
Woo!
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second, it's about to fall. I thought it was a whole tree.
I did too.
We got out of the way, didn't we?
Yep.
We've heard that sound a lot. Oh, look at him, Randy. Is that a big rock or is that mud?
That's mud.
That's mud. Look at him. He's so happy.
What you got, buddy?
What is it?
Get him, Ace. What is it? What is it, buddy?
Oh, he's excited.
What is it?
Look at that water coming through there. See it?
Well, this is our settling pond. So what Yump's done is he's dug this out, and then there's a bunch of rocks over there that filters the water.
Okay.
So this water fills up. It doesn't overflow, and then it seeps out. And it's keeping the silt from flowing and polluting the rest of the creeks and going out on the field. Yeah. Walking here, we did it when we first started the development. We walked the lots. So let's take, for instance, this is a lot here that you come up. We'll have a culvert, of course, where the water will flow underneath the driveway.
Right.
And then there's an opening, is where we've been putting all of our dead trees and the trees that we pulled out and stumps, and that'll eventually be contended with. But up here is where a home site will be. And so we had to cut this out so we could get an elevation and a spot to show our surveyor where everything's going to be. But when you come up here, you can do a panoramic view and what it feels like actually to have a house here or a porch. These trees will stay. So these are cedar trees and they're green all year. And I like how you get a little bit of shade. You can still see a view, but you still got some privacy.
So probably right here would be your kitchen window.
Yeah, and you're above the...
Let's pretend.
Look at that, you're above the road, right? Behind you is a nice hillside. There's a house and a road way up there, behind in the woods, which is fine. You got a neighbor.
Like right up there.
Yeah, and so your house will be pulled all the way to here. So if you got a 10 by 30, here's your bedroom, right? Windows, quiet, privacy, view. Bathroom, kitchen, like you said, kitchen that way. There. And then you got your living room out here. And then you could, you know, however, you got windows on this side, you get your TV. I don't know, it's just really nice. But just to feel what you have here.
You're surrounded.
You know, it's like the forest across the street that we had, but it's just more.
Yeah.
It's like on steroids. And what really gives it that feel is that you've got the hills. So you had to come up your driveway, which puts you on a perch that you can look out, right?
Sure.
Some will be up on a mountainside. Some will be level with the road, but out in the woods. So every lot's going to have a little bit of a different character. And they're all going to have about a lot of the same attributes because they still have a lot of trees, mountains, in textures of the land, because it's just not a straight flat. This is not a flat gridded out property like our other communities, because it was flat and you can just grid it out like a chalkboard, you know, or a checkerboard.
Right.
And these you can't. It's got to flow with the terrain.
Right.
So there's no uniformity to any of these lots. Somebody asked me, how big are the lots? I really can't tell you, because what I do is I come in here and I tell Yump, hey, this is where I want lots. This is how far apart I want them. This is where I want the driveway. And there's no lot lines because we're not selling lots. We're leasing lots. So when you lease a lot, you don't need to know the property lines. The only thing we have to have here is for 911 to actually indicate this lot has an address.
Right.
You know?
Look how pretty that is up in there. And that's another lot back there, right?
Yeah, see that level spot?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, that's your neighbor right back there.
Yep, really pretty. Over in here, like you have a little pathway. You can put like a little something out there and relax and go out there and just, and of course you're going to have full access to the main roads to walk around.
Yeah, there's a lot of road, and then it goes up in elevation, so
yeah,
it's be a nice little workout for you.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Except for Ace.
Ah! He's
He
done
does
run
it.
it 3 or 4 times already.
Let's go down and walk just a little bit further. I want to show you that other section of road that goes off, because it's a little bit different vantage point when you walk it. And when you actually get in, remember when I was showing the lots, I'd say, hey, you got to get right in the woods and feel right exactly where the house is going to be sitting, you know? There you go. All kinds of deer track around here.
Oh, yeah.
Now, remember, this road was just a little narrow thing, and the reason we had to make it so wide is because this is 2-lane traffic. And we were going to make it 1 lane, but we had the room, and I really didn't, you know, people are going to want, if we have a lodge down here or a general store or something, people are going to want to come here to the store. They're not going to want to go to the main road and go out. So I said, let's just make it wide, the main thoroughfare through here. Now we got 2 more house sites. You got another one here. See, it's tucked away, but it's more level with the road.
Yep.
It's a little more open.
I just love the forest. The forest, the woods is my favorite scene.
And you got another one here. Now, this is an old barn that we're taking down.
Matt,
but
this is the one I think I was thinking of when we were over there in the field.
Yeah. Now you remember, this was an old home site. There's a little toy from some kids.
Yeah.
Some fence posts.
He's a mess, man.
So this is going to be a home site right here. Look at this big beech tree here.
Oh my gosh.
And here's the fence line. Yep. I love this. You know, there's a whole pile of topsoil out here where we piled it up, and that'll all be gone. You clean this up, and then you're looking out over the field and across the street to the farm, and you got this tucked away behind this big beech, you know.
Wow.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty. The vines, everything.
You know, why would I not be in a hurry to get this done?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because I want to see it done. I want to see a house.
I do too. I want to see houses here, people living here, all that.
I want it done, man.
Yeah,
Terry, you better call me.
Oh my gosh, there's so many rocks I want here.
And that old barn's got some rusty metal.
Yeah.
And we're going to use that rusty metal.
Oh, good.
For decorative on homes and, and buildings and stuff that we use or build. As we're walking up the road, I want to tell you guys, so we're brainstorming on the Incredibox. Our Incredibox is a $20,000 house. It's still $20,000. And I'm going to show you a little bit of a video that we'll do. I don't know if we'll get to do it today or not. But we're actually adding a plug for your solar. So if you ever want to go off grid,
okay,
you buy the solar from us and it's already inside of a box that we set on the tongue. It's already got batteries. It's already got a dual fuel generator. The solar panels will add to it. So everything's just like plug and play, right? But we've added, really invested about $200 more of stuff that you may never use if you never go off grid.
True.
But it's there, and I have a feeling that those Incrediboxes are going to go off grid a lot.
I bet you're right.
And I'm going off grid as soon as all the components come in. I'm going to try it. I think it's I think these are going to be used more, can be used more of as a RV. And I'm looking forward to what people do with them.
Yeah.
But this can be a complete off-grid home, you know?
I think it'll be really great whenever you try it off grid. You have firsthand the challenges and what's going to go on, and you can, of course, tell everybody how to manage it and how much sun you actually need. That's what I'm curious about. Do you have to be in direct sun all day, or how does that work?
Well, you know, it depends on how much energy you consume.
That's
you
right.
know,
okay.
And especially if you're off grid living in a little house like that, you know, the big thing that sucks energy, Amanda, is air conditioning and heat.
AC. What about your fridge? No?
Not that bad.
Not bad?
And you know what? You can even have they got them little DC battery refrigerators that'll DC fridge. Then they're real efficient.
So they're not bad.
It's air conditioning and heat.
AC and heat.
Yeah,
okay.
And that's your biggest draw. So heat, of course, you can do a wood stove or a gas, but your air.
AC, you got to have AC.
Down here you do.
You do.
I mean, I've lived without it. You've lived without it.
Yeah.
We're soft now.
Oh, we're definitely soft now. It's like, I don't want to be without it. I used to
Home site.
We all been without it in our car, remember?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Well, my old 52, when it gets going, no AC.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get tough again. But here's the AC. Here's AC. Here's a lot right here. Here's a lot. Going to be just below the road, but in the woods. That's your front yard.
Looks like a container would go there.
Beautiful. And then one right across the street.
Yep.
One in there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know. I love this little lot because it's right on our property line.
I was about to say that, yeah.
So right inside that clump of trees is a pink flag, and that's our corner. So we go from that corner straight down that tree line to Industrial Road. Then we take from this corner down this road to another corner, and then it goes up to the TVA power line.
Oh, so that's our property line.
Yeah,
okay.
so this road is on our property line.
Yes, I remember you saying that now.
So we're going to level this off, make a nice home site right here. And then across the street, you can see that one, and then down along the road, there's several on the right. To me, this view from here and seeing some really pretty homes.
Oh my goodness.
That's almost
going to be picturesque right there.
Yeah, it
isn't it?
Yeah, because you can see greenery already coming in, putting houses up. Yeah.
Well, and not just any homes. I mean, all of our homes I think are beautiful, but when you put the model homes, you've really, as I like to say, added the salt to it.
Boy,
man, it's gonna
big sweeping overhangs with the corbel.
Oh my gosh.
And the faux
beautiful
rafters. Now, we talked about the dogwoods. I'd love to plant a bunch of dogwoods on the sides of these trees, and plant azaleas and people flowers up into their house, you know, and around the house and gardening and what was them? What's that ground cover flower? That little
creeping phlox.
I love it. I never seen creeping phlox till I came here.
Jason just brought me some from another man's house. He brought it in a bucket, a big clump of dirt. He just dug it up, and he said, "Hey, do you want me to plant this?" And I tried to plant some, and I didn't put it to work because you're supposed to put it it's like a blanket. A lot of people knows pink and purple, and it makes like a carpet on a hill that you don't have to mow anymore. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It looks so pretty.
Yeah, and I want to take some of your variegated ivy.
Yes, that English ivy.
English ivy. Oh, I love that stuff.
Oh, it's pretty.
And start planting. I would love for it just to creep around and you know,
beautiful.
So I like plants. I love trees. Of course, I've always said that, you know, the beach is going to be my favorite. It's because I have so many ideas to plant stuff.
Well, too, when you were in high school, didn't you wanted to be a farmer?
I did. Yeah, I wanted to be an organic
farmer.
Years ago. Yeah, I even went to the Amish when I was 17 and 18. I knocked on their door.
Did you?
Yeah, I knocked on their door and I said, think about this. So I knock on their door. Guy comes to the door and I said, hi, my name's Randy Jones. And I said, I'm really curious about your lifestyle and what you guys do. And I want to learn about your farming and how you do things. And I thought, is there any way that you would let me kind of see what you're doing and maybe hang out or whatever, you know? And I said, I love how you milk your cows. And I said, I want that old style of living.
What'd they say?
It was neat. The guy was a hoss of a man. I mean, his hands were twice the size of mine.
Lord.
Big old guy, and had rubber boots on, come to the door. And his little kids come by him, and he opened the door, and he said, he looked at me like that, and he looked up and down, and he said, we're going to move a barn this Saturday. He said, if you'd like to come and help us move a barn, we're going to move it down the highway, and you can come and you can help us move the barn.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Well, no, I didn't. It was about a 2-3 hour drive from my home.
Yeah.
You know, and it was out in the middle of, and this was Michigan. It was out in the middle of Michigan, and I didn't have transportation to get there and stuff. And I didn't really know what I was wanting to do or how I was going to set it all up. But I had been studying and looking at farming, and even at this was back, what? Mid-70s, late 70s.
How did you know about organic? How did that become? Because to me, the last 10 years has been the buzzword organic.
Yeah. Back when I was that age, Mom always got into nutrition and stuff a little bit. She didn't know nothing about it, but because I had some acne when I was a kid, and then it just, I don't know, it just interested me. I just wanted, I wanted everything natural. I remember I had a professor in college, in my junior college, that he had a garden. He was from Sweden.
Sweden?
Yeah, and he's a good professor. And he had a garden, and he said, do you know how I keep he's all organic.
Okay.
And he said, you know how I keep my rabbits out of my lettuce?
How? He
said, I take my bean sprayer, and he puts pepper in it.
Oh.
And he sprays pepper on it every night. So in the evenings, he said, you'll see the bunnies sniffing. And they'll be sneezing when they go to it.
That's cute.
And then I learned, and this has been a long time ago, but the farmers that would plow with horses.
Yeah.
So I went to the Michigan State University, and they had an organic farming convention.
Wow.
In 1978, 77. So I went there to that thing, and I was just a teenager. And here's all these big farmers coming in from Iowa and all these places, right?
Really?
And they're laying down their tractors and and they're not Amish, and they're gonna team horses. And they would take from farming 1,000 acres, they would go down to farming 200 acres of corn, soybean, whatever, and they would yield more per acre than their 1,000. Because they were putting manure back on the soil, they were putting natural, enzymes or minerals and all that stuff back into the soil, and it was creating. And every 7 years, you're supposed to till your ground and let it rest.
Let it rest, right?
Yeah, and that's what they started to go back into doing.
Ain't that something?
And it was just, I don't know why it interested me like that, but I just really liked it a lot, So yeah, trees and plants. I love flowers.
I find it funny that, or ironic, that you had a connection with the Amish then, and then now it's kind of come full circle.
Never thought about it.
Isn't that something?
Well, when I went up there, I asked David, David.
Now, they don't farm.
They don't farm. And he said,
I know.
His dad did, but they don't. They said,
Why
because
not?
there's no money in it,
Really?
So I asked him, I said, what about the Lancaster, Pennsylvania people? They're like, God, massive farmers.
Massive farmers.
But they got a lot of money.
Well, let me ask you, how come they don't just have a garden for themselves? They don't even have
a
garden.
They have gardens.
Do they?
Yeah, they have gardens. But it's not so much of a garden that they're self-sustaining the rest of the year.
I see. Do they can? I wonder if
they can a little bit, and then they actually slaughter a lot of their meat. Hogs and cows and all that stuff. But
that's interesting.
See, here's another home site here.
Yep.
So you just walk down the road and boop, see a little house with a porch on it in the back. Man.
Randy, what a nice road this is. I didn't expect this to be as pretty as it is. I remember we walked it when there was no road.
Yeah.
But now it's like really, I'm like, oh wow.
Well, there's a culvert underneath here, right?
I've seen that.
Now you see all this dirt? So this is about 4 foot of fill. All this road had to be undercut. So you had to take out all the topsoil. That's why there's a mountain of topsoil.
Jeez.
Then from there, we had to take this slate. This is slate that come off the top of the mountain right here.
Yep.
And it's good packing soil. So you have to remove the poor organic
The
topsoil.
squishy stuff.
Yeah, it's the squishy stuff. And then you have to put back a good base.
Solid.
And then you build up from there and you tamp it and you compress it with a sheep's foot roller and you vibrate it into place. That way, in 40 years from now,
Yes.
this road's not sunk. It's not big caved in. And if we want to, and hopefully someday we'll pave this, then it won't be big chuck holes in it. You gotta, you know what it is? It's all about having a strong foundation. Like anything else in life.
Anything.
You
like
gotta
your
have
body and everything.
everything. You need a good, strong foundation.
Yep,
Yeah.
right.
And that's what takes so much. Look, now let me show you this. See the water?
Yep.
It's running like a creek.
It is.
It is all running beautifully downhill into this culvert,
Yep.
out, and where it's supposed to be.
Good.
We had a torrential rain,
Last night.
and especially across the street. The prairie slopes.
Woo.
The forest, there's a couple pockets that's got some water, but and that was a hard piece of ground not to destroy every tree over there and still make the water slope. That's yump.
Man.
That's yump having the eye to know, like this road, you don't see any water on this road.
No.
All right? There's no chuck holes, there's no holes, there's no dents. And all this whole road is pitched just slightly towards that side right here.
But just think the roads that constantly, like, you know, I've been on roads that seems like they always have to be fixed, always have to be fixed. That means they're not right.
When I was developing Brothers Cove and Yump was over there and he said, I'm not going to do it unless you want to do it right, man.
Yeah.
That's why I got to do it right. And I said, but it's taking us 3 times longer.
And doing it right is expensive.
And other developers, they were pushing debris and covering it up with dirt and everything like that. In about 20 years, when that debris starts rotting underneath there.
I love you told me that. You told me that not long ago on that property I have over there across from the house.
Yeah.
And you said, that guy, he said he pushed it all in there, and he said, you said all this is going to, it's all going to break down, decompose.
Yeah. And if you build anything on it, it'll fall, you know.
Wow.
So look, here's a driveway that goes up and over.
Yep.
Maybe we can walk up here just real quick. I want to show you. I want you to get a feel of what it's actually like. If you guys, I don't know if this camera will do it for you. And you'll see, like, you can imagine if you're sitting on your porch or looking out your window. So that's facing south,
Let me get
right through here. That's why you got all this sun coming in.
Yeah.
So you could put a picnic table back here.
Sure.
Little spot. You pull your house all the way in here, and then dress this up full of trees, shrubs, flowers, privacy, whatever. But just look at the natural beauty of it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hope it's. I know holding our camera still is not like actually being here. So I hope that this encourages you. If you guys are coming to the mountain and you've purchased a lease here, you know, you're coming to rent a lot, you're coming to live, you bought some people are buying our new model homes now, and they're coming on this land. And I know we are just as excited, if not more than you all. And we apologize for it taking as long as it has. We're on this. I just wanted to bring this video like we do, try to bring it more often to show you, hey, this is the progress. You guys are our investors. You are our, what do you call it? I've said it before. You're our shareholders.
Yeah, shareholders like.
You are our shareholders, even though we don't have a stocks and we're on a public market, you know.
But they're getting a product. We're selling
we're
selling a product.
They're getting a product. And you know what, man, our products, think about it. I had somebody text me last night or yesterday afternoon and said, hey, this house is $85,000. It was like our Craftsman. It was 8 by 24.
Okay.
Nothing in it. It was just white walls and 2 lofts. I had a refrigerator and a stove. Just typical white inside, done, right?
Yeah.
85 grand, right? So I went on our model page and I looked at it. And we got an 8 by 24 for $58,000. Now, it's not a craftsman where it's big, tall walls, the whole thing. Same square footage, double dormer, 30-inch sweeping overhangs with corbels and faux rafters and all that stuff, right? Painted, LP siding, painted on the inside. Done, vinyl siding, everything, vinyl flooring, all that done for under 60 grand. And that one was a used house that was 85 grand in California. So, I said all that by saying, when you buy a house from us, you're buying a home that has equity already built in it. That home is worth more than what you paid for it. The way that housing is going up, and I know this, I'm not stupid. You're like, well, why are you selling them so cheap, Randy? Is because I would rather sell 100 than build 10 and sit on them.
We don't want to sit
We
still.
want to go.
Yeah,
I want to go.
Moving.
I feel good. There's something about selling a home for a good deal. I don't know. I'm happy, you're happy, good deal. I don't care if they're making 3 times that. I'm doing what I feel I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how I do it. And I just go by my gut. And right now, I'm like, yeah. And we got to get this down to where we're building and we're adjusting and things are climbing. People are excited about what we're doing. Of course, the Amish that are doing a lot of our builds, the stick builds, and we're doing all the ESP here in Tennessee.
Yep.
And our Incredibox is $20,000 still. That everybody's like, aren't you going to go up to 25?
So you better get one before it does. We don't
I'm
know
not
when it's going to
25
happen.
yet. Nope.
Not yet.
But for $20,000, and we got 2 hopefully going to be done by the end of next week. Amanda's going to decorate them up, put them on the hill, and you guys are going to see how gorgeous these little houses can be.
Yeah.
All right?
I may do a girl one and a guy one. You do one for like the ladies and for the men, and just have 2 different, really different kinds.
Perfect. So, other than that, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the mountain resort and what we're doing here, and I hope you're encouraged by what we're doing and where we're going. And who knows where we'll go from here, how much more land we'll actually bulldoze and start creating more lots. I'm ready to do more and more. It's just that I want to make sure that we're more efficient. We get these houses built and we get these lots built before I take on any more. And make sure that we prove to our constituents that we can fulfill what we said.
That's right.
And I think we have so far. We've been in business for over 7 years, and we have no plans of stopping. As you guys can see, our big building that we're investing in, and every day we come to show you who we are as people and who we are as a business, so you guys feel comfortable who we are. You know what? All right.
Send in your questions. Q&A.
Wednesday.
I renamed it Weekly Wednesday Q&A.
Weekly
Wednesday Q&A. So leave us your questions, and we will. Great response last night. If everybody gets a chance, go through the comments. They were absolutely fantastic. Lots of questions. Turned out to be a great show. It was a long show. We'll probably try to shorten it a little bit, but it was like an hour and 24 minutes.
So many questions, man. I was trying to read them as fast as I could. You know.
Yeah. All right.
All right. You guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow's Friday. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Hey.
Hey.
I'm going to end it like we started it.
There you go.
Okay, got my song, man.
You got it?
No. I have to do a cappella.
You know it. Do it. Do it without the music.
All right. Let's go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sweet Magnolia blossom. She don't smoke no cigarette. She ain't never tasted liquor. And she ain't been loved on yet, my sweet Magnolia.
You cracked me up. Oh
I want to hold ya, my sweet Magnolia.
Bye, everybody.
Ain't been loved on yet.